JBN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, gunmen make off with more than $1 million from credit union in Westmoreland. Several gunmen conducted a daring daylight bank robbery at the National Parish Corp Credit Union on Main Street in Grange Hill, Westmoreland on Friday morning. No one was injured during the incident, in which more than $1 million was stolen, the police have reported. Information received indicated that around 9:20 a.m., a grey sedan motor car drove to the front of the building, and the three men, one armed with a rifle and the two with handguns, entered. The police said the men held up an employee and ordered her to open the vault. The manager complied, and the gunmen reportedly took $1,290,240 from the vault. They ran back to the waiting motor car in which they escaped, the police said. Man shot and killed in Monique, St. Anne. A man was shot and killed in Swamp, Monique, St. Anne, on Friday morning. The deceased has been identified as 32-year-old Jeremy Campbell, a construction worker in the area. Police reports indicate that around 12:15 a.m., residents heard explosions and summoned them. When the lawman arrived on the scene, Campbell was found with gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police have not yet identified the motive for the killing. Enid Anderson, a resident of the area, said she's concerned about the incident. The 65-year-old said the community, where she spent all her life, appears to be getting out of hand. I have lived there for many years, and these incidents that I'm seeing aren't normal. In the hours of the morning on a school night, most people are sleeping, and if you're not sleeping, it's some business you have, or some persons having a little get-together, but it never ended in death, she said. She expressed sadness, noting that she knew Campbell and his relatives. I don't know how that young man lost his life, but he seemed like a good person. I saw him sometimes whenever I go to the shop. He and his family, they are good people. I can only pray now that God helps the police to find the perpetrators, she said. She said she hopes these incidents will not continue, as it will drive fear into the children who reside in the area. This is a nice, peaceful community, and I pray these incidents don't change the place, that our children and our children's children can live here and experience a good feeling, because it's a very nice place, she said. Man charged over gun seizure at a Manchester bar. A Manchester man has been charged in connection with the seizure of a gun during a snap police raid at a bar in Mango Grove District in Bel Air. Construction worker, 26-year-old Oren Tomlin, who lives in the area, was charged with possession of a prohibited weapon. His court date is being finalized. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 10:50 p.m. on Wednesday, September 13, a snap raid was carried out at the bar. During the operation, Tomlin was seen acting in a manner that arose the suspicion of a lawman, according to the police. He was accosted and searched. According to the police, a Pietro Beretta 9mm pistol was found inside a bag he was carrying. He was subsequently arrested and charged. CTOC reports 101 raids, 439 arrests, and significant contraband seizures in 2022. For 2022, the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch CTOC conducted 101 raids that resulted in the arrest of 439 people, of which 288 were charged. This is contained in the Planning Institute of Jamaica 2022 Economic and Social Survey. The document noted that a total of 40 guns and 6,176 rounds of ammunition were recovered, while 14 motor vehicles were seized or recovered. Other seizures included cash from proceeds of crime totaling $5.2 million and $1.7 million and other cash seizures of $693,320 and $30,134, the survey said. In addition, 154 court cases originating from CTOC were disposed of during the year. There were also 176 convictions. Another 382 cases were submitted to the courts or the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Meanwhile, the Narcotics Division carried out 1,146 operations, 25.4% less than in 2021. These operations led to the seizure of 22,728.1 kilograms of marijuana, 29.1% less than the 32,047.36 kilograms seized in 2021, and 1,339.9 kilograms of cocaine, 9.8% more than the 1,2 220.6 kilograms seized in 2021. The value of the marijuana seized was $150.3 million and the cocaine was valued at $10.4 billion, the document noted. Clarendon man held with cocaine in highway traffic stop fined $1.3 million. A Clarendon man who pleaded guilty to possession of cocaine, valued at $4 million, was on Thursday fined $1.3 million in the St. Catherine Parish Court. 46-year-old labourer Nicholas Graham of Lioneltown admitted to charges of possession of cocaine and dealing in cocaine. The fine was paid by a female relative. Before the fine was imposed, the court heard character evidence from a minister of religion on behalf of Graham. The court heard that on July 15, 2019, members of Jamaica Constabulary Forces Narcotics Division were on an operation along Highway 2000 in St. Catherine when a BMW motor car being driven by Graham was stopped by operatives. Initial checks revealed items labeled as condiments. A deeper search of the vehicle was conducted, and cocaine weighing 6 pounds and 3 ounces was discovered, along with $300,000. Graham was arrested on charge with possession of cocaine and dealing in cocaine. Following the conclusion of the case in the parish court, the Financial Investigations Division made a forfeiture application in the circuit court. The agency is seeking to go after Graham's assets, including the money and the BMW motor car that were seized at the time of his arrest. During the proceedings, his lawyer King's counsel Ian Wilkinson made a bail application. Graham was offered bail in the sum of $500,000 with surety. Grange Hill Councillor Lawton Mackenzie returns to PNP after resigning from the People's National Party PNP and becoming an independent 2 months ago. Councillor for the Grange Hill Division, Lawton Mackenzie, has returned to the PNP. Mackenzie made the announcement Friday afternoon at a press conference held at the Westmoreland Municipal Corporation.
Before I make that, the resolution that was moved against the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Delancey, I am immediately requesting that my name be withdrawn from that resolution because I lost confidence in Councillor Miles and Councillor James. I am now making it quite clear and declaring myself that I have come home to the party that I have served for my entire adult life, the People's National Party.
This news comes less than 24 hours after councillors Ian Miles of the Little London Division and Garfield James of the Sheffield Division, who also went independent with Mackenzie in July, crossed the floor to the Jamaica Labour Party JLP at the Parish Council meeting, increasing the seats held by the JLP to 6 to the PNP's 5. Miles and James, along with their colleague Mackenzie, who were all PNP representatives, broke ranks with the party to become independent councillors after a follow from the decision to allow the party's Vice President, Ian Hales, to offer himself as a constituency caretaker aspirant despite opposition. However, this move by Mackenzie has now evenly split the number of seats, 6 to the JLP and 6 to the PNP, held by the two major political parties. In reacting to the news of Mackenzie's return, Mayor Bertel Moore says he's proud. Well, let me say as a comrade, I am very proud to see my comrade brother decide to return to the People's National Party. He and I have been coming a long way, Moore said. Woman stabbed 30 times, happy, accused not granted bail. Nalia Dennis is breathing a bit easier now that her ex-lover, who allegedly stabbed her more than 30 times and left her for dead, is in custody. For almost 2 years, she has been terrified at the thought that he may return to finish the job he allegedly started in November 2021. I feel so overwhelmed with emotions because I'm finally going to get justice. On the other hand, I still feel traumatized to see him and to remember he did me like this, the 25-year-old said. She knew he would be making his first appearance in court the next day and she was praying he would not be granted bail. In May 2022, 6 months after the attack that left her severely wounded, Dennis had complained that the police were dragging their feet. Last Wednesday, Acting Commanding Officer for the St. Mary Division, Deputy Superintendent of Police Kevin Francis, announced that Kirk Griffiths, otherwise called Garth, who had previously been listed as wanted for wounding with intent, had been nabbed thanks in part to cooperation from area residents. Griffiths had previously been featured in the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Wanted Wednesdays campaign on social media. A targeted raid was planned and carried out about 2:30 this morning, and the suspect was found, taken into safe custody without incident, said Francis. When she spoke in an interview last May, Dennis described the damage done to her body during the vicious attack that left her in a crumpled, blood-drenched heap in front of her aunt's shop. It all began, she said, when her ex-lover came to her yard to have a conversation about their child. After seeing her talking with a friend, Dennis said he used a knife to stab her repeatedly. She remained outside all night until relatives found her the next day. She lost her left eye, hearing in her left ear, and sense of smell in her left nostril. Her left hand and foot were also affected. Griffiths showed no emotion as Judge Yvette Wentworth Miller explained that her decision was based on her assessment that he could abscond as he had been on the run before. His lawyer Derek Thompson said his client remains resolute that he acted in self-defense. He was set upon by the victim's male companion and herself, and he had to defend himself, the attorney said outside court. Griffiths' next court appearance will be on November 7 in the St. Mary Circuit Court. St. Catherine records 138 dengue cases, 3 deaths. The health authorities in St. Catherine are on high alert after 130 cases of dengue fever and the 3 related deaths were recorded in the parish since the start of the year. The figure was revealed by Deputy Public Health Inspector Melva Parker at Thursday's monthly meeting of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. To date, from the beginning of the year, there are 138 cases of dengue fever, 3 deaths, all adults, 2 males, 1 female, she informed. Parker said the department has engaged an additional 50 people to help with a public education campaign throughout the parish. We have also examined 52 drains, 27 of which are breeding sites. The team oiled the affected drains in addition to fogging, Parker said. Chairman of the Municipal Corporation, Norman Scott, said members fully support the fight against the mosquito-borne illness. It was also revealed that 2 councillors were absent from the sitting as they had contracted dengue fever. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.